Start out at a warm-up pace, whether you're walking outside, walking inside on a treadmill, or on a walking pad, or on an elliptical, you're on an indoor bike, or you're cleaning, you're driving, you're gardening, whatever you're doing, just start out at a pace that's not too fast. We're not just going to rush off into like a 5K. We're going to roll those shoulders back, nice deep breath in, roll back. Big rolls. So pay attention to the whole range of the circle. Then we're going to roll it forward. Crack, crack, crack. It's always my right shoulder. Crack, crack, crackle. Snap, crackle, pop. Now deep breath in again through your nose. Relax your stomach when you breathe in. And then exhale all that air out. And you can use your stomach to kind of help you empty those lungs. And as we're doing our warm-up, let's kind of build on what we talked about last episode, which is getting started, making little changes. Because as we all know, if we make a bunch of changes at once, it's just going to be way too much. Like I'm not on a reality TV show. I don't have somebody monitoring me every second of the day. I don't have somebody making sure I'm eating the right things and I'm sleeping enough that I don't have to do chores. I just have to focus on these 12,000 things I have to do for the show. So I just want to take small steps towards getting back to the healthier lifestyle. If you listen to last episode, you'll hear that I kind of fell off that wagon. I also fell off the podcasting wagon in case you didn't notice. But you know what? I'm back. And that's what matters, is just to keep moving forward little by little. We're just going to free flow the talking here, give some tips, and really focus on the walking and just building strength in our bodies, our cardiovascular system, our legs, and also paying attention to the areas where we're tight. Our shoulders, hands, feet, knees, hips. Hips are very tight for me. Go a little bit faster. If you're walking outside, if you hit a red light, you can just walk in place. I try to find routes where I can just keep going around the neighborhood where there's not a lot of lights, or if you're on a trail or on any kind of exercise equipment, there are no lights usually, so you can just go faster, go slower. If you're marching in your house and you don't have any particular exercise equipment, you can just work harder. When we're going faster, you can bring your knees up, you can bring your hands up above your head and pull them down. Take bigger steps side to side. Faster now. Keep your feet relaxed. Deep breath in through your nose. Feel how strong those legs are. We're going to be building on making little changes and getting back to the better habits that we had before. If you fell off whatever wagon you fell off, whether it was exercise, eating healthier, making positive changes for yourself, going back to school, changing jobs, whatever it is that you're doing, we want to take small steps to get to the goal, but we have to know what that goal is down the road, like, hello, goal, way down there. And then we're going to move towards that, but little steps, step by step by step. And today we're going to talk more about the ways that you can fit little movement breaks throughout the day. I also have an ebook on my website at walkingandtalking.show. Go a little faster now. Shake out those hands though, and pay attention to your shoulders. Pay attention if there's tightness there. Pay attention to those toes. Are you gripping your shoes? Sometimes we grip our shoes really hard, especially if our socks are slippery or the shoes are slightly bigger. Then we can end up gripping too much. We're going to settle into a pace that's just a little faster than what's comfortable. Going to keep your breathing going. Make sure we're not tightening too many things except our glutes for every step. There is also a bell at the halfway point. I always neglect to tell you that. So if you're walking outside, when you hear the bell, you can just turn around and head back, or you can just keep going. You can string these walks together, make a longer walk. Some are longer, some are shorter. We're just trying to get you moving throughout the day. It helps you feel better. It helps you feel stronger. It makes you more motivated. It really helps you focus. In those afternoon slumps, if you can get out for like 10 minutes, you'll feel so much better. We spend so much of our time waiting. I talk about this in the ebook. We have to wait for appointments. We have to wait in waiting rooms. We have to wait for the shower to heat up. We have to wait for the coffee maker. We have to wait when we're picking up our kids. There's like so much waiting and waiting. If you can think about the times where you have to wait throughout the day and what could you do to keep moving during those times. As you're, for example, if you're microwaving something, you can walk around the island in your kitchen. You can do some little squats. You can do some knee ups. You can even do push-ups against the counter. Take that time while you're waiting for the microwave to fit something in, just to kind of bump up your heart rate just a little bit. Another deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And same thing while waiting for our coffee. But even if it's shoulder rolls forward, shoulder rolls back, neck mobility side to side, you can even do some quick stretching against a living room chair or on a sofa. I have some stretches I like to do actually on the sofa because it really helps open up my hips. I've also been focusing on doing some deeper squats, just holding on to either the door frame, which I talked about last episode, or a heavy piece of furniture. And then I do the deeper squats, not just to get the squats in, but to open up my hips and also get more flexibility in my ankles. Because believe it or not, our ankles are really tight. And that's one of the reasons why we can't do the deeper squats is actually our ankles. And when you're holding on to something, it helps you get all that stretching through there. Roll out the shoulders again. Come with me on a journey. I usually put my do not disturb on so that way nobody can disturb my little happy moments in my head because I need this time for myself. Let's do 3 minutes a little bit faster. Pick up some pace and give yourself a little bit of a challenge. Think about where can you add these extra moments throughout the day, especially if you're waiting outside, like if you have an older kid or the groomers and you park outside instead of sitting in your car waiting, you could just walk around. I would drop my son off at a hair appointment and then it was too hot to walk outside. So I walked across the parking lot into Lowe's and I walked around Lowe's. People were staring at me like, what are you doing? Because it was air conditioned. And I was able to keep moving until he texted me and told me that his appointment was done. So I just wanted to move, but it was too hot. You can find those little moments of when you're waiting to really get some kind of exercise in. Another deep breath in. And exhale. Roll those shoulders forward. And then roll those shoulders backwards. Get all that tension out of your shoulders. Do a little check-in with your body. See where you're tight. We've all heard of park further away. I actually do that now because it makes me crazy when I'm trying to pull into the driveway of a store or pull into the parking lot and there's people walking back and forth and I can't get in or cars are backing out. I actually do try to park further away so that I can get in and out easier, but it also helps me walk a little bit. Everybody talks about that. But what people often don't talk about is the little things that you can do around your house, your office. For example, if you're working at your desk, you can move the trash can a little bit further away. So it's not right onto your desk. Maybe it's on the other side of the office. Hold on to your pace. We've got about 30 seconds, and then we're going to slow it down just a little bit. So if you have to get up to throw something in the trash, you have to actually make yourself get up and not just leave it. But those are the little things that you can do. And someone told me that they actually get a smaller cup of water that makes them get up and go get more water. So they purposely have to get up from their desk, which I thought that was brilliant. Okay, we've got about 5 more seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And then slow your pace a little bit, but you have to make things a little bit less convenient. If you make it a little bit less convenient, just small things throughout the day. Maybe your first step is to get a smaller glass of water for your desk. And then you get up frequently to go refill it. And then maybe another day. Second step is that you move your trash can not directly under your desk, but a little bit away from your desk. So it's not just really convenient for you to throw it right there. Okay, we're going to go a little faster now. And if you put your remote by the TV, you're watching a show instead of on the coffee table, then every time you want to change the channel, you have to get up and go get it. Yeah, so it's not convenient, but that's the whole point. We're so used to conveniences. Remember in the olden days, you may not be as old as me, but in the old days, you had to get up and you had to manually change the channel on the TV. So we had to do that and then sit down, and then during all the commercial breaks, we would get up and we would clean up the kitchen after dinner, or we would do little things every commercial break so we wouldn't have to look at those commercials. But now with streaming, we don't ever have to get up. So we have to kind of force ourselves to get up and force ourselves to get out of the comfort zone. Go faster now. Think about what you can do to make your life less convenient, because that's going to force us to move. And it's actually moving as much as you can throughout a day that makes the biggest impact on your health. Every hour, every half hour, every 2 hours. Because when you sit, even if you're watching TV or you're on your phone or even at work and you're just sitting all day, you get so tired. Try to find the little things that you can do to get you up and get moving throughout the day, whether it's walking the kids to school, or if you're really busy, walk up and down the driveway a few times. Walk around your house from room to room. Back when I had a 2-story house, is instead of just putting stuff on the stairs and then take everything up at the same time later, I would walk it up whenever I had it. This has to go upstairs, I'm going to take it up right now. This has to go downstairs, I'm going to take it down right now. We all tend to like to pile things on the stairs and make it one trip. And the same thing with the trash. Instead of amassing a bunch of trash, you could just take the trash out one bag at a time. The same thing with grocery bags. Instead of loading yourself up, you grab one or two things, bring it in the house, and then grab one or two things, bring it in the house. Yeah, it takes a little bit more time, but it's those little things that make a giant difference. You've got about 20 more seconds. I want you to push your pace. You're going to roll your shoulders backwards again. You're going to roll your shoulders forwards again. You're going to shake out your hands. Deep breath in. And slow it down. And then, of course, deep breath out. Plan some longer walks, like if you have a dog, throw a leash on the dog and go for a 5 or 10 minute walk. If you have a walking pad, which I'm aiming to get at some point, hopefully soon, those would be great. You can just jump on it. If you get it, roll it out somewhere when you're talking to friends on the phone. You can even set a goal for yourself that every time I talk on the phone, unless it's a telemarketer, then you're going to walk. You're going to walk and talk with your friend. Now we're going to go a little bit faster again. Not a sprint, but a nice steady pace. You're going to feel the strength in your legs. Squeeze your glutes, your butt when you walk. Having strong glutes is great for your health. It helps you when you bend over and pick things up. There's a lot of things that you really need strong glutes for, and having strong glutes helps compensate for all the sitting that we do. Hold on to that pace. A little bit uncomfortable, not a sprint though. You're going to make the little habits every day, add on. Walk to the coffee shop or meet your friends there and walk together. Anything that's close by. I know here in the US, everything's spread out a little bit more, but sometimes there's things closer, or you can park at one place like a park and then you can walk to the coffee shop from there. Make it a habit. Pretend like, as I say in my guide too, pretend like you're in Europe. In Europe, people walk everywhere. And so you can walk from store to store. A lot of times these strip malls are really big and they can span even a couple of blocks. So if you have to go to one store on one block and one store on the next block, unless you're buying a lot of stuff, you can just walk from place to place and fit in some exercise. I like having a goal too when I'm walking. So my goal is to get to this store, to get to this coffee shop. Kind of gives me a sense of purpose. So I find that having a place to walk to helps me actually want to get up and do it. Hold on to that pace a little bit more now. Deep breath in. You can go faster if you want. I'm not going to stop you. Pay attention to your toes. Are they grabbing your shoes? If so, try to relax your feet. Keep your breathing going. You've got 5 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm going to slow it down just a little bit. Another deep breath in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Roll out those shoulders. And we're going to slow it down a little bit more. Another deep breath in. And exhale. Get all that stale air out of your lungs. Roll those shoulders again. Think about what you can add to your day and try 1 or 2 new things. Don't overwhelm yourself, but try 1 or 2 new things every day, every week, however you want to do it. Every month, you can add a new habit or a new change, and then try to make them a regular part of your life. Slow it down a little bit more. It's amazing what even a couple of weeks of doing something different, you really want to keep doing it because you feel so good doing it. It feels so much better than getting in your car and driving. Another deep breath in through your nose. And exhale. As always, when you are done, just give yourself a stretch if you can, but it's also good throughout the day to do some stretching. My calves get tight, so I usually stretch those after a walk, and I'll see you next time.
and talking. We're walking and talking. We're walking and talking. We're walking and talking with Helen Ryan.